What is up, guys? Traffic Home. I'm going to be doing a showcase of the map I'm currently working on, which is Cabell County, West Virginia. And I'm gonna do one more iteration from here. This map isn't, it's playable, but it's not ready for release or anything like that. It's not released on anything. This is just a showcase of what's to come. Just to get people like looking out for it and stuff like that. Maybe get some input and some help on a few things. Possibly like right now I'm struggling. Some of the selling points and stores and stuff like that I'm placing are working, and others are not. So like I placed that grain mill silo thing here in the game. I placed this in the game because the two that I placed in Giants Editor, when I zipped the file and then opened it up, they weren't there. But the vehicle shop was here, and the these other stores were also here, but those two were not. And also the farmers market and this other store also were not. So I'm struggling with that. I'm not really understanding why some of them are like feeding through the folder wise and others aren't. I'm not 100% sure about that. And then also I was making custom roads, but as you can see, I was getting close, right? So I have them lifted, the lines. I have them lifted and everything, right? But as soon as I put the alpha map on the lines, they do this, which I'm not 100% sure why. It doesn't really make sense why they get all chopped up like that. Because before I put the alpha map on, they're solid, good looking. And then as soon as I put the alpha map on, they get chopped up like that. So I'm not 100% sure on it. But there's things to work on. Like all the road isn't smoothed out. There's places where it's like kind of like an weird angle, which I don't like. I'm gonna make it smooth. Like right here you can see those weird angles. I will be making that like smoother. That way it slopes smoother and stuff like that, not like flat or anything. I don't like flat. But yeah, this is the map I'm working on. It's Cabell County, West Virginia. As you can see, it's a valley, rather large valley, between Milton, Ona, and like more of Ona into Barbersville. You see, like, you got mountains to the north, which it goes to these two corners and down to these two corners, right? So you got mountains to the south, mountains to the north, and then a nice flat valley in the middle. This map here where the satellite image isn't going to be permanent. I know I really hate these satellite images. It was a preloaded one where it shows houses and stuff on the map. It really breaks immersion. I will get in Google Maps Paint, whatever, and actually get the farm simulator map on here. That way it's not showing all these residential buildings and the high school where I want the shops to be, and so on and so forth. Yeah, I just wanted to show the map, show you guys like there's lots of farmable lots of farmable land everywhere. So you got this nice open spot right here that cuts back into there with lots of trees for everybody who likes doing logging work, and roads that will reach back in there. You got this valley that goes in there. This it's relatively flat, bumpy here, bumpy there, just like in real life. Roads that feed all the way back through, and you got the your saddles and ridges and forgot what it's called, so ignore me. You got US 60. This is Route 60 right here. And you got I-64 right there. This road that leads up to the northern part. As of right now, in the iteration that I'm in, this is the only place to cross the Mud River to get to the northern side of the map. There's nowhere else to cross to get to the northern side of the map other than the bridge that's like right there somewhere. So I'll show you the north first, right? So there's that valley that we were just in. Goes back there. You've got roads that cut back in there. There's not a whole lot of roads that cut into the mountains, right? But you got one that cuts up through this valley here. You got one that comes up to the top of that hill right there. You can see there's and the final iteration, all of this is going to be trees. The trees are kind of sparse right now. In the final iteration, it is going to be absolutely packed. Like you will not, like right now you could drive through these hills and stuff like that, and cut through one side to the other, but in the final iteration, you will not be able to do that unless you cut your own path all the way through, right? So you come down US 60 right here, you take this road, you can come down. I'll get in nice and close because I know the loggers are going to really like this one because they like their really screwed up roads. Trying to fall as fast as I can, kind of sucking at it, right? Sorry, this is my I should probably slow down. This is my first map I've ever made, and you know, my first like map showcase. So you got this road. Ignore the, you know, the bumpiness. I will smooth all of this out, and ignore that weird background noise. I think it's crickets and whatnot going on, but because it's getting way after. Oh, it's just turning noon actually. So you got this road right here, right? Cuts back into these hills. Gets thin. You know what I mean? Because you loggers love your thin roads that you barely fit on. And then it'll cut down into this part right here, and this is all mud and stuff like that, right? So, and during rainy days, this is gonna be really rough to get through. Especially this part right here where it's also sunken in to the river, where the river's been eroding in at it. It cuts up, comes back through. You got some farmland back here. Well, if you want it to be farmland and whatnot. Also, like more entries into the hills and stuff. And then you can continue down the road. You got pretty steep hillsides and stuff here, right? And you got more rough crossings, right? More rough crossings, steep hills, even more rough crossings. I think I passed the one spot I wanted to show y'all. I did. I'll cut back to it. And it comes all the way up to the border of the map, right? And then we come back here, and I'll show you. Yeah, right here, which you got this crossing right here to get from this side of the road to this side of the road, right? To where there's, you know, a little bit more open fields and everything else like that. For if like when you're logging, if you wanted to, you know, place yourself a bridge over here somewhere, like right here to that side or whatnot, to get to this side, and then you could farm this area and stuff like that. Although equipment is going to be quite difficult to get back here, so you'll probably have to end up like, you know, expanding the road in game and spending the money to be able to do that terrain modification and whatnot, or however you like to do it. Yeah, if it's up through there, and there's not really any roads to the hills on this side, so it's, you know, pretty bare and stuff like that. So like once you get back in through here with your equipment and cross the river, then you're pretty much, you know, just bare boning it, you know, start logging. And all this will be packed with trees, and even like right here will be packed with trees and whatnot. Wherever you see forest ground is going to be packed, absolutely packed with trees. Yeah, you got this road that leads up to the top of that hill. Oh no, that's what that back looks like. That back corner right there. And then yeah, you've seen this, all this trees for all you loggers, because I know you like it. This is a pretty versatile map. It's going to be a pretty versatile map. I haven't figured out how I'm going to section it out yet. It's going to be kind of something like this though. Hold on, it's saving, guys. Something like this, where you got, you know, your bottom section, but I'll have it like cut out the valleys, so you could buy like this mountain section, or it'll be easier to show you like this. Like you could buy this mountain section and, you know, log that, and then you end up buying like something over here. I'll have to work out something to do with this. Like maybe you buy, I don't know, something this, like this ridge over here, and then later on you buy this side of the ridge. And then you could buy this ridge and whatnot, but it'll be like extremely expensive. This will be its own plot right here, right? And then you could buy this hill, and then this hills and whatnot, right? And then obviously all throughout here is going to be farm plot lands and whatnot. There's going to be different iterations of the map, just like in no New Frontier, right? There's going to be one where it's like bare bone, kind of like this, not many buildings and stuff like that, and I'll clean up like all the foundations and crap like that, and it'll just pretty much be you in the stores, right? And not much other buildings. And then there's going to be one where it does have all the residential buildings and pre-placed farm plots throughout the map and pre-built farms. Yeah, and the pre-built farm, it's not going to start you out with the greatest equipment. It's going to start you out with actually like pretty crappy equipment and one small plot. But anyways, taking up to the north side, you see all this, a bunch of residential stuff, small farm plots and whatnot. The pretty much most of the stores are going to be here. And on this side, you got the train track here. It's not pasted in yet completely, but I will get it pasted in completely later on. Most of the stores are gonna be there, but there will be some like spread across. Like you got a farmer's market right here. You got a little granny store somewhere over there. You'll have gas stations evenly spread out. There will be a sawmill like right there, centralized for the northern side, and there's a sawmill right here, centralized for the that's the southern side. And this one's for the northern side. And then there's going to be a another animal market slash butchery right here. A small one, super small one, nothing big, just a little small one right here, just like how there is in real life. Yeah, but there's going to be like farmlands through here, viable plots here and here. As you can see, like this in the islands can be hard to access, but in real life, there's like a dirt mound with drains that let the river flow through. And I gotta connect the water right here because the water is connected, and then have another bridge going over for the railroad track. Yeah, so how the north is gonna be sectioned up is you could buy this hill here. That small back plot is gonna be sectioned off by itself. This will be one plot. This right here, along with this island, is going to be one plot, and maybe all that as well. Obviously that's going to be a plot. You could pretty much see how it's cut up already, just based off of like the rivers and everything else like that. Like that'll be its own plot, and then this hill right here will be a plot for loggers. You can see like the roads cutting up to two different hills right there, the valleys that cut up through it. This hill right here through this valley all the way up to the back of the map, and then back down right here, that'll be a plot. Same thing with this one through that valley over that saddle, back down to the valley. You got this road cutting all the way through to the back of the map, and then you got here, back here. Pretty much this is probably gonna be like a huge one from that road all the way to the edge of the map. And I might cut out like that. That'll be a farm spot. This will be a farm spot maybe. Same with this. I don't know. It's kind of a tight area back here, so we'll see how I do that. And then obviously this will be cut up too. I was thinking about making this like a huge farm, not the start farm or anything like that. But I don't know. There will be different iterations. So in one iteration it won't be nothing. Another iteration it might be a massive farm. With like huge buildings and setup and all that other crap. So yeah, that's the map. I hope you guys will like it. I'm pretty much posting this video just to like show you guys, hey, this is what's coming, and then like if there's anyone out there that can like offer me help with like the roads. I've watched multiple YouTube videos. I followed them step by step, and my roads still end up like this. I don't really understand it. And if you have help with the the buildings, yeah, like I can't figure that out. I've also watch videos for that, and it's just not making sense why some of them I even added more and loaded the map, and like it was the same thing, like half of them loaded and the other half didn't. It's not really making sense to me. And I like checked to make sure I was importing the entire file and stuff like that. I am. And then there's a few other things that I wanted help with. I can't quite remember what it was. It was like scripting stuff, but I can't remember exactly. I do know how to, obviously I know how to add farm plots and stuff like that. Oh yeah, the water. I can't figure out like this water is not interactable, right? You just walk through it, and I cannot figure out. I like the color and stuff like that. I know a lot of people may not like the color, but I mean, if you look at this satellite map, this is literally the color of the water, right? It's not the prettiest looking water, but um, you know, it's called this right here is called the Mud River, and it feeds into the Ohio River, and you know, it's quite nasty water, right? It's called the Mud River for a reason. It's not called the Blue River. It looks like, you know, mud water. But I don't know how to make it interactable. I'm not 100% sure how to do that. So if anybody knows how to do that, that would be helpful. Don't worry about the roads and splines and stuff like that. I just cut off too much. I've already have a newer iteration of the map where I already fixed that, and it's lined up a whole lot better. Yeah, I can't figure out how to make this water interactable. I'll show you right now. Cancel that. Do 12. Turn off light mode. Go back. You literally just, there's no ripples, no nothing. You just walk into it, and that's it. Yep, you just walk into it. I don't know how to make it interactable. So if anybody knows, it's a water plane and whatnot. So if anybody knows, and you tell me with it, I'd appreciate it. All right. So I hope you guys like the map. There's the sawmill and stuff like that. I hope you guys like the map. I have most of the bridges placed down. I'm pretty hyped for it. When, especially like in the mornings when it's super dewy and foggy, like these valleys and the hollers and stuff like that, they look absolutely amazing. Yeah, so I hope you guys are looking forward to this, because I am. I can't wait to get it done. I just needed something to motivate me to keep working on it, so I felt like I'll just make a video. Hopefully people interact with it and keep me motivated. So yeah, if you guys have any tips, you know, reach out to me. I'll be reading every single comment on this video. Yeah, I'm months probably ahead of this, because I'm sure it won't get that many views, but whenever you make a comment, I am sure to see it. All right, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you. Traffic Cone out.